Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. My dear friends, today we are going to discuss the economic inequality between nations. For our discussion, we have a famous professor in economics, Mr. Muhammad Yazid. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, have you noticed how global development and always end up at one major issue, economic inequality between nations?
Yes, Sofwan. It's one of the biggest challenges of our time. Despite all the talk about globalization, the world seems more divided than ever. Rich countries keep growing while poor nations often remain stuck.
Exactly, the statistics are shocking. A small group of countries control most of the world's wealth, while entire countries struggle with poverty, debt, and instability. Do you think global justice can ever truly be achieved in such a situation?
That's a hard question. To me, global justice means a fair distribution of opportunities and resources, not necessarily equal wealth, but equal dignity. The current system is far from fair. Take the international trade for example. The wealthy countries controls prices, patents and technology, while poor nations export raw materials and import expensive finished goods.
Right, it's like a modern version of colonialism, economic dependence instead of political control. Many developing nations are trapped in that cycle. Even when they try to industrialize, they face trade barriers and unfair competition.
And the irony is that international organizations like IMF and World Bank, which supposed to help, often end up deepening the problem. Deepening the even their loans come with structural adjustment programs, cutting with social spending, privatizing public services, and opening markets to foreign companies.
Yes, those companies can weaken local economic instead of strengthening them. I think global justice requires changing those power structures, not just offering a financial aid. But here is a question. Do you think development, developed countries have a moral obligation to help the poor nations?
Definitely, the rich world has benefited from centuries of colonialism, resource extraction, and unequal trade. There is the historical responsibility to correct that imbalance. However, the help should empower, not create dependency.
Well said, well said. That's the key difference, empowerment versus charity. Many aid programs focus on short term relief rather than long term growth. Real justice means giving nations the tools to stand on their own.
I completely agree. Education, technology transfer, and fair trade are more valuable than one-time donations. When countries can innovate and compete equally, global inequality naturally reduces.
Yes, for global justice to exist, the global system itself needs reform. Every nation, regardless of its wealth, should have a fair voice in international affairs.
You are right, but it's easier said than done. Power rarely gives up its privilege willingly. Still, there are signs of hope.
Yes, and digital globalization is changing things too. Access to information, online education, and global communication give developing nations a new ways to grow and participate.
That's a good point. If poor nations don't have access to innovation and technology, they might fall further behind.
That's why investment in human capital, education, health, and skills is essential. It's the foundation of sustainable development. Without it, global justice remains just an idea. Imagine if multinational corporations paid fair wages everywhere, or if consumers avoided products made through exploitation, would make huge difference.
Absolutely. But sometimes I wonder if complete justice is even possible. Can we ever erase inequality completely?
Probably not completely. Some level of inequality may always exist because nations differ in size, resources, and geography. But we can make sure those differences don't turn into exploitation.
That's a realistic view. Global justice may not mean equal outcomes, but fair chance for everyone, a world where no country is trapped in poverty because of another's greed.
If nations learn to see themselves as part of one human family rather than competitors, global justice will no longer be a dream. It will be our shared reality.
I hope so, Safwan, because in the end, justice for one nation means peace for all. Inequality anywhere is a threat to fairness everywhere.
I think it's time to conclude our discussion. So, thank you, sir, and
Welcome.
thank you, everyone. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.